Work in the apocalypse is very different. When designing these factions and a few of these characters, that was what I thought about. How different work would be in an apocalypse. Because jobs don't stop, and people need to make a living. Alongside that, there will always be opportunity for making a new line of work. And that is why OWS exists, or Old World Salvage. Old World Salvage was a company started by 6 individuals, all separate from a few different parts in England. They connected via radio. They were amongst the first people on the surface that survived. These men took previously made hazmat suits and customized them. And whilst doing that, they stumbled upon a new opportunity, a new business, supplying those in need. The rich want things. They want food, they want snacks from above, they want different things that they can't obtain. And through this, they made a living, a very good living. Originally starting out as a company that essentially supplied the in need and those that could offer them something. Not money, but instead maybe some of their valuables, weaponry, ammunition, tech. They were open to all of it. Over time, OWS grew larger and larger, a network of veterans that could explore and supply those in need, eventually branching out and not just helping the rich, being spoken about on these radios as these heroes. But a larger issue established itself when the world started changing and things were back on the surface. New laws were instated. Many folded, but Bernard Loxley was not one of these men. Many of his respected veterans fell, but he carried on. Now seen as a terrorist, he became a leader of a new group, the Postilions. Loxley essentially became a trainer. Working with the 103, he would pass down his skills and experiences onto his initiatives. Only a select few would become Postilions. Bernard's story is one of hard work. One of the first 6 to establish the OWS, he is amongst one of the few that explored the world, single-handedly witnessing humanity's return to the surface over many years. He worked and helped many people. And while this might appear like a nice gesture, the reality is Bernard understood his position and its bonuses. Humans will trade anything to survive, and helping rich people is a great way to obtain power. Using this, Bernard established a very tight-knit group of veterans that fully respected him, well-trained, and sought after. They were seen as the highest standard in OWS, his York district being seen as essentially the kings of quality. Large reason for this was due to his different style of scavenging, not afraid to avoid danger. While he may have big stature and be known as quite a strong figure, he's actually very small. Using that to his advantage though, he finds ways of exploring and avoiding danger. However, that was before. Now Bernard was seen as a terrorist, someone that had to turn to someone for a favor, and that man was the Viscount. A polarizing figure in many people's eyes, a man that's not afraid to share his views and his thoughts on the modern time, but a powerful man, and a man that currently owns half of York in what is a raging war. But who does Loxley train? Well, he trains a chain of supply runners. The term Postilion is not actually a rank, it's rather a faction of some sort that is partnered or works alongside the 103. In exchange for that, they get free food, coverage, and are almost made out to be these grand heroes. The lowest rank is the Postie, or postman, essentially a supply runner that moves food and ammunition to people in need. They have a very dangerous job, but through trying to blend in, They have a higher survival rate than some of the higher ranks. This is a essential rank in helping the war move on. When you need ammunition, when you need food, when you need help, a Postie is most likely the man that will come help you. Next are the Vultures, a dangerous rank due to its lack of equipment, as it's essential the higher ranks have the best equipment for their job. These brave men explore unexplored places with possible deformed, gangs, or other dangers such as heavy radiation. But now for the main rank, the rank that's on all the posters, the heroes, the Dromad, or dromedary. While not many call them this, they simply refer to them as Postilions. They are seen as the elite. These soldiers are unbelievably skilled at both scavenging, shooting, and problem solving. They are the best of the best. Therefore, they have the most perilous job. Exploring shards, they are amongst very, very few that can survive. They have access to everything they can and will need on these missions. I really hope you enjoyed some of that lore, and I wanted to have a little section where I kind of just spoke about the designs and some extra bits that I didn't mention. It's always difficult when I'm making these videos to try fit everything in, and as such I just thought, let's add a little section where I talk you through my thoughts. One thing that I really hate in games, movies, media now, is it's a lack of style. Things used to look way cooler, and games used to be way more interesting. So when I was designing these guys, I really wanted them to feel like their own kind of modern, kind of post-World War II take on a new line of work almost. The Postie is actually one of my favorite designs I've done because I love how normal he looks. He looks like someone maybe stuck a little bit in the past, featuring some old merch and a few bits thrown together. I almost feel like when I look at him, I get something that I don't from a lot of media now, and that is that, don't you just find it really annoying how you're watching a post-apocalyptic movie, but everybody's so handsome, or just like pretty? I get it. You want to get actors that look nice. You know, Hugh Jackman's handsome. Okay, that's fine. But it's not realistic. Most people don't look like that, and they definitely don't look like that when the world's fucking ending. So I'm really trying to keep that in Barren, that people look normal. Anyway, onto the Vulture, which is a really nice middle ground. They have bits thrown together from, I believe, airplane pilots from World War II, and different bits here and there stolen from the government, as you can see some iconography on the shoulder plate. Alongside that, you can see a World War II fighter helmet, I believe it's called, that's been readapted to have the breather on the side, so they get fresh air when they're in super unbreathable areas. Alongside that, they have proper boots, and the most important thing that I forgot to mention is the ENV scanner, which is basically like a modern-ish take on a Geiger counter. They can scan for multiple forms of radiation and are extremely useful and needed for this line of work. One of my favorite things about these designs is how I feel like the character you're seeing, even though you will never know their name, you can feel it through the screen with the engravings of all their different runs they've done, and just how they're put together almost feels very human. And last but definitely not least is the Postilion, or Dromad, the symbol of quality. Armor that has scratches, yes, and still looks put together, but is more sleek, crafted, lines, leather. Really, really happy with how this character, I guess, or icon came together, with the helmet and the use of real British undergarments, I believe they're called, and just how they stand even. One of my favorite designs I've definitely made, and yeah, super proud of it. So I really hope you guys liked it. One that I forgot to mention is Bernard. This character that I really liked because I like depicting someone harsh. You know, if you've ever met someone that is a bit older and has served in the army, they're always the most respectful people I've ever met. But they have this feeling to them, like, I don't know how to describe it. I guess the feeling is like you can tell they've been through something. And I try to get that to come across with him. He's harsh, not mean. Alongside that, he's wearing this armor that is almost showing off how proud he is that he's from a different era. This more World War I kind of trench armor look. It is really, really cool looking, and definitely one of my favorite bits that I've worked on. I love the engravings, and I love that I really wanted to put a character in the world that was a bit older, because I feel like a lot of games always do the thing where they either have a character that's young and fit, or an old guy that can't fight, so why can't you have something in the middle? Also, I absolutely love the look of that helmet. Anyway, enough of me being really happy with some of these bits. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm working on something that won't come out soon at all, but I'm working on a set of paintings made by a character in the world of Barren, drawing these stories he's been told, and I think that's a really cool idea. So yeah, see you in the next video. If you do feel like supporting, head over to the Patreon and even the merch store. I want to say a huge thank you to all the cool comments and some of the great ideas on the Discord. Really been enjoying reading and seeing some of your cool ideas. I wish there was more of me, because I'd like to make all of them now, but yeah, that's not possible. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, and